Every rider dreams of a motorcycle that never quits. Machines built to carry us not just miles, but lifetimes. Today, we're counting down 13 legendary bikes known for running hundreds of thousands of miles while costing half the price of new. Stick around until the very end. You'll want to see number 1. Number 13. Harley-Davidson Sportster 1200. Among American motorcycles, few machines have carried such a reputation for grit and endurance as the Sportster. Riders across decades have discovered that this simple and lean motorcycle can go the distance with less fuss than many larger machines. Beneath the surface, the numbers tell the story clearly. The Sportster carried an engine measuring 1,200 cubic centimeters, producing about 70 horsepower and 73 pound-feet of torque. Disc brakes with a simple anti-lock braking system offered dependable control, while many riders recalled the confidence it gave them when rain slicked the highway. Traditional telescopic forks in the front and twin shocks in the rear kept the ride stable, even with wet weight near 563 pounds. One longtime owner shared how his bike carried him across 3 states with no trouble, the 28-inch seat and starting price of $1,999, proving every mile was well spent. The Sportster gained its following by being the reliable companion that never demanded more than steady maintenance. With its rugged air-cooled V-twin, this motorcycle was never about racing or records. It was about living up to the promise of a machine that always fires to life. Many riders still tell stories of odometers rolling far past 200,000 miles without major overhauls. The bike's slim frame and low stance make it approachable, yet when fitted with touring saddlebags or a windshield, it easily shifts into long-distance duty. This balance of simplicity and versatility is why the Sportster continues to command respect among riders who want a dependable partner. Transitioning from this stripped-down warrior, the countdown moves to a very different kind of motorcycle. Where the Sportster thrives on raw minimalism, the next machine on our list proved that a mix of speed and durability could create an entirely new category of long-haul legend. Number 12. Kawasaki Concours 1000. Among long-distance machines that quietly built a reputation for indestructibility, the Concours stands as one of the most respected. Introduced in the mid-1980s, it carried the soul of a sport motorcycle hidden under full touring armor, creating a blend of speed, comfort, and reliability that few expected at the time. Its reputation came not from flashy styling, but from the ability to cover extraordinary distances without giving up its edge. Endless miles of open road called to the Concours, powered by an inline 4 engine measuring 1,047 cubic centimeters and delivering 100 horsepower with 70 pound-feet of torque. Dual discs in the front and a single rear disc tied to an anti-lock braking system gave confidence in every turn. Built to carry weight and memories, the machine used a telescopic fork up front and a rear monoshock to steady its 671 pounds. One rider recalled how the 31.1-inch seat carried him across desert highways, proof that at $6,999 it was worth every mile. The Concours earned a loyal following because it allowed riders to cross entire states in a single push while still offering the agility to carve mountain roads. Its shaft drive eliminated the constant chain maintenance many riders endured, and its durable engine rewarded regular oil changes with lifespans stretching well past 200,000 miles. Owners praised its comfortable fairing that shielded them from wind on cold mornings, while the hard luggage made long tours practical. It was not just a motorcycle, but a dependable partner for riders who wanted both performance and practicality in one package. Shifting from this balanced sport tourer, our countdown now moves toward a motorcycle that celebrates raw power and brute character, a machine that captured attention not with refinement, but with the thunder of unmatched muscle. If you're enjoying this breakdown, now's the time to show it some support. Hit that like button so more riders can find these stories of motorcycles that never quit. And drop a comment sharing the highest mileage you've seen on a bike. You might inspire the next chapter. Number 11. Yamaha V-Max. Few motorcycles ever managed to combine outrageous muscle with surprising longevity the way the V-Max did. Born in the mid-1980s, it looked more like a drag strip monster than a long-distance companion, yet thousands of riders discovered that its toughness was more than skin deep. Few machines announced their presence like the V-Max, driven by an 1198 cubic centimeter V4 engine, producing 145 horsepower and 83 pound-feet of torque. Dual discs in the front and a single rear disc, later matched with an anti-lock braking system, kept its speed under control. Raw muscle met balance through conventional forks up front and dual shocks at the rear, steadying 635 pounds of weight. A longtime rider recalled storming coastlines in a single weekend, praising the 27.6-inch seat and $17,999 price as the best investment of his life. The V-Max was notorious for its instant surge of acceleration, the kind of force that pinned riders back with every twist of the throttle. What surprised many owners, however, was how well the engine held together after endless highway pulls and weekend drag races. Its V4 was engineered with robust internals, which meant that as long as oil changes were respected, the bike kept performing reliably. Many long-term riders still speak of their odometers reaching 200,000 miles or more, while the motorcycle remained strong. It was never subtle or quiet, but for riders who wanted brute character paired with a willingness to last, the V-Max was a revelation. As we leave behind this unapologetic powerhouse, the journey turns toward a machine built less for sheer thrill and more for carrying riders comfortably across the open land. A motorcycle that defined American-style touring with its unmistakable silhouette. While legends collapse, reliable gear is what keeps riders moving forward without pause. Link is in the description. Number 10. Harley-Davidson Electra Glide. When it comes to motorcycles that symbolize American touring, the Electra Glide has held its ground for generations. This is the machine that countless police departments, long-haul riders, and cross-country adventurers have trusted to deliver both comfort and durability. Born to conquer endless highways, the Electra Glide carried a 1,745 cubic centimeter V-twin producing 80 horsepower and 107 pound-feet of torque. Dual front discs and a single rear disc with an anti-lock braking system gave riders control on every descent. Built with presence and purpose, it weighed 879 pounds and stood at 28.6 inches in seat height. One owner remembered cresting snowy mountain passes, saying the $19,999 price was a bargain for a motorcycle that carried him home every single time. The Electra Glide became legendary not because of flashy gimmicks, but because it excelled at doing exactly what riders needed. Mile after mile, its generous fairing shielded against wind and rain while the saddlebags swallowed gear for extended trips. Owners often praise its ability to handle daily commutes just as easily as week-long road journeys. Stories of odometers climbing beyond 300,000 miles are common, with many riders only performing routine oil changes, clutch service, and occasional brake work. It embodies the dependable touring platform that defines Harley-Davidson heritage, offering riders a sense of security that the motorcycle will carry them wherever the highway leads. As the Electra Glide carries us through decades of trusted service, the countdown shifts toward a machine built for raw speed and endurance. A motorcycle that once held the title of the fastest production bike in the world while proving it could go the distance just as well. Number 9. Honda CBR 1100XX Blackbird. Speed and endurance rarely come together in one machine. Yet the Blackbird proved that a motorcycle built for outright velocity could also survive the test of time. Released in the late 1990s to claim the crown of the fastest production motorcycle, it quickly established itself as more than a headline grabber. The Blackbird harnessed an inline-4 engine measuring 1,137 cubic centimeters, producing 152 horsepower and 88 pound-feet of torque. Dual discs up front and a single rear disc linked to an anti-lock braking system kept its power in check even when pushed hard. With large front forks and a single rear shock supporting its 563 pounds, stability was never in doubt. One veteran rider told of chasing the horizon from sunrise to midnight, the 31.9-inch seat carrying him comfortably through 1,200 miles in a single day. Proof: the $11,999 price bought both speed and stamina. The Blackbird was feared on open highways, where its smooth engine could carry riders to breathtaking speeds with little effort. What owners quickly learned was that this same engine, overbuilt and understressed, could pile on hundreds of thousands of miles with little more than regular servicing. Many riders proudly report odometers reaching 200,000 miles, while the motorcycle continued to run with confidence. Its balance of silky acceleration and steady comfort created a cult following, especially among riders who valued both performance and the assurance that their machine would not let them down. It became the rare sport bike that was just as welcome on a cross-country trip as it was on a weekend sprint. Moving forward from this high-speed endurance icon, the countdown now turns toward a motorcycle that emphasized heavy-duty comfort and long-distance loyalty, a machine that carried the touring banner with unmistakable presence. Number 8. Yamaha Royal Star Venture. Some motorcycles are remembered for their style, others for their comfort, and a rare few earn their place because they simply refuse to wear out. The Royal Star Venture is one of those rare few. It was created to blend long-distance luxury with the toughness of a proven power plant, and it delivered exactly that. The Royal Star Venture carried a V4 engine measuring 1,299 cubic centimeters, producing 98 horsepower and 123 pound-feet of torque. Dual front discs and a single rear disc tied to an anti-lock braking system gave dependable control during long rides. Supported by telescopic front forks and a rear monoshock, it managed a wet weight of 879 pounds with steady grace. One touring couple recalled logging 10,000 miles in a single summer. The 29.5-inch seat and $15,999 price proving every journey was worth the investment. What set the Royal Star Venture apart was the combination of Japanese reliability with the feel of an American touring motorcycle. Owners discovered that its V4 engine, shared with the legendary V-Max but tuned for smoother delivery, could run for hundreds of thousands of miles with routine maintenance. Its broad seat, full fairing, and large saddlebags allowed riders to eat up miles in complete comfort, often making cross-country trips feel effortless. Many riders praised its ability to remain rock-solid at highway speeds, even when fully loaded with passengers and gear. For those who wanted to cover distance without worrying about breakdowns, it became a trusted companion. As the Royal Star Venture proves that endurance and comfort can live together in one machine, our countdown now shifts toward a touring motorcycle that redefined the very concept of long-distance riding, a name that has become synonymous with mile-eating reliability around the world. Number 7. Honda Goldwing, GL 1500 and GL 1800. Across the highways of America, few motorcycles are as instantly recognized as the Goldwing. It is a symbol of comfort, durability, and the open road itself. Riders who wanted to pile on miles without sacrificing stability or reliability often turned to this touring giant. The Goldwing carried a flat-six engine, with the GL 1500 measuring 1,520 cubic centimeters and producing 100 horsepower, while the GL 1800 stretched to 1,833 cubic centimeters and delivered 125 horsepower. Torque came in at 110 pound-feet for the earlier model and 125 pound-feet for the later version, with triple discs and an anti-lock braking system ensuring reliable stopping power. Large front forks and a rear single shock with adjustable preload balanced the ride, managing wet weights from 828 pounds in the GL 1500 to 929 pounds in the GL 1800. One owner recalled riding coast-to-coast twice in a single year, saying the 29.1-inch seat and $23,999 price turned every mile into pure confidence. The Goldwing earned its reputation by offering a riding experience that felt closer to a luxury automobile than a conventional motorcycle. With smooth power delivery, ample wind protection, and spacious storage, it turned coast-to-coast journeys into effortless experiences. Owners proudly reported odometers surpassing 300,000 miles while still running strong. The flat-six design remained one of the smoothest engines in motorcycling, capable of extraordinary longevity when cared for with routine oil and valve service. Generations of riders, from couples cruising Route 66 to solo travelers crossing the Rockies, found that few machines carried them as confidently as the Gold Wing. Leaving behind this benchmark of luxury touring, our countdown now shifts toward a machine that proved resilience could also come in a stripped-down, muscular package. A motorcycle that combined affordability with long-lasting stamina. Number 6. Suzuki Bandit 1200. Among motorcycles that earned respect not through polish but through sheer staying power, the Bandit stood tall as a rider's machine. Born in the 1990s, it was not marketed as exotic or elite, but instead as a straightforward heavyweight that could take abuse and keep rolling. The Bandit carried an air and oil-cooled inline four-engine measuring 1,157 cubic centimeters, producing 100 horsepower and 78 pound-feet of torque. Dual discs up front and a single rear disc paired with an anti-lock braking system gave it the stopping strength needed for both city streets and highway runs. A telescopic fork in the front and rear monoshock kept its 496 pounds steady, while the 31.1-inch seat made it approachable for a wide range of riders. Many remember tackling daily commutes and weekend escapes with ease, saying the $6,999 price bought a machine that never quit. The Bandit's strength lay in its simplicity. Its engine came directly from Suzuki's proven GSX-R line, retuned for broader torque and longer life. This was a motor that responded well to basic maintenance and forgave the occasional missed shift or hard run. Owners discovered that with oil changes and valve checks, the bike could push far past 150,000 miles and still feel strong. It offered muscle for weekend thrill seekers and the stamina needed by commuters who rode through every season. Its stripped styling gave it a raw presence, a reminder that sometimes the truest motorcycles are the ones built without unnecessary frills. Leaving behind the Bandit's bare-knuckle toughness, the countdown moves toward a machine born in Milwaukee that has carried generations across highways with authority. The next motorcycle is a classic touring bagger that embodies tradition while proving its loyalty mile after mile. Number 5. Harley-Davidson Road King. Some motorcycles carry an image so deeply tied to the American highway that they hardly need an introduction, and the Road King is one of them. It was designed to capture the essence of open-road freedom while still offering enough muscle and durability to handle daily work. The Road King was powered by a Milwaukee 8 V-twin measuring 1,745 cubic centimeters, producing 89 horsepower and 111 pound-feet of torque. Dual discs up front and a single rear disc paired with an anti-lock braking system ensured dependable control in every situation. Large front forks and adjustable rear shocks steadied its 814 pounds, while the 27.8-inch seat kept riders grounded and confident. Many long-haul owners recall back-to-back 1,000-mile weekends, proving the $19,999 price delivered both heritage and unstoppable endurance. What made the Road King legendary was not only its timeless styling, but its ability to build trust through miles. It carries big saddlebags and a wide windshield, making long rides less tiring while maintaining a raw, uncluttered profile. Thousands of riders tell stories of their Road King reaching well over 200,000 miles with only routine servicing. Police departments across the nation have used it for duty, praising its durability under heavy use and varied conditions. It became the bike that could handle morning commutes, weekend rallies, and coast-to-coast trips without skipping a beat. Owners appreciate that it is a machine that works hard without asking for constant attention. As we step away from the Road King's classic blend of heritage and stamina, the countdown shifts gears toward a motorcycle that represents Japanese craftsmanship in cruiser form. proving that dependability can also wear a lean and affordable badge. Number 4. Honda Shadow 750. Reliability often comes from machines that keep things simple, and the Shadow carved out its place by offering approachable style with rock-solid endurance. It was never about chasing records or building headlines, but instead about giving riders a motorcycle that could be trusted every single day. The Shadow carried a liquid-cooled V-twin engine measuring 745 cubic centimeters, producing 45 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. A single front disc and rear drum handled braking duties, with an anti-lock braking system added on later versions to give riders added confidence. Front forks and twin rear shocks were tuned for comfort, steadying its 541 pounds on the open road. With a seat height of 25.9 inches, it welcomed riders of all sizes, and many praised how the $6,999 price delivered years of dependable service without complaint. The Shadow earned loyalty by blending cruiser style with Honda's bulletproof engineering. Its low stance and chrome appeal came without the burden of endless repairs. Many examples passed 150,000 miles with routine care. Smooth shaft drive, low upkeep, and easy handling made it perfect for commuting and weekend trips, lasting well beyond expectations. As we leave the Shadow's quiet strength behind, the countdown now directs us toward a touring motorcycle from Europe, one that blended long-haul refinement with the durability of a boxer engine, creating a machine trusted by police units and distance riders across the globe. Number 3. BMW R 1200 RT. For riders who demand refinement without sacrificing rugged durability, the R1200 RT has long been a trusted companion on highways around the world. This motorcycle was designed to carry its rider across continents with confidence, comfort, and efficiency, all while maintaining a reputation for exceptional longevity. The R1200 RT carried a flat twin engine measuring 1,170 cubic centimeters, producing 110 horsepower and 85 pound-feet of torque. Dual front discs and a single rear disc tied into an anti-lock braking system delivered steady braking performance in all conditions. BMW's telelever front design and paralever rear setup kept it 605 pounds balanced, while the 32.3-inch seat offered all-day comfort. Many touring riders praised how the $15,999 price gave them a machine capable of crossing entire continents without hesitation. The R1200 RT proved itself beyond raw numbers, with many examples surpassing 300,000 miles on routine service. Its flat twin engine ran smooth, while the fairing shielded riders in all weather. Trusted by law enforcement across continents, it earned a reputation for stamina, blending high performance with unwavering reliability. With the R1200 RT's sophisticated endurance fresh in mind, the countdown now rolls toward a machine that embodies sheer simplicity, a motorcycle that built its legacy by being nearly impossible to wear out no matter how hard it was pushed. Number 2. Honda CB 750 Nighthawk. Every generation of riders can point to one motorcycle that defined reliability for its era, and the Nighthawk carried that mantle with quiet confidence. Built as a no-nonsense standard, it focused on longevity and ease of ownership rather than trend or flash. The Nighthawk carried an inline-4 engine measuring 747 cubic centimeters, producing 75 horsepower and 47 pound-feet of torque. A single front disc and rear drum handled braking, with an anti-lock braking system added in later years for extra assurance. Telescopic forks in the front and twin shocks in the rear steadied its 473 pounds, while the 31.1-inch seat kept riders comfortable. Many recalled how the $4,999 price bought not just a bike, but decades of faithful service that outlasted trendier machines. The Nighthawk stood out for its hydraulic valve lifters, removing the need for constant adjustments and keeping maintenance simple. Paired with Honda's proven engineering, it became a favorite for commuters, beginners, and veterans alike. Many bikes passed 150,000 miles with routine care. Reliable, uncomplicated, and always ready, it symbolized lasting freedom. As we leave the understated strength of the Nighthawk, our countdown now reaches the final entry. At number 1 comes a motorcycle that represents American heritage at its purest, a machine celebrated for power, tradition, and endurance, and one that has earned its place as the most trusted long-haul companion on the open road. We're down to the final pick, but the journey doesn't end here. If you've made it this far, you know these bikes prove themselves mile after mile. Subscribe now so you never miss another countdown, buying guide, or hidden truth. Join this community and keep your motorcycle knowledge running strong. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Dyna Superglide. Every rider who values tradition and raw road presence knows the Superglide. Introduced as the first motorcycle in the Dyna line, it carried the heritage of Harley-Davidson while delivering a lighter, more stripped-down package that appealed to those who wanted both endurance and unmistakable style. The Superglide carried a V-twin engine measuring 1,588 cubic centimeters, producing 82 horsepower and 96 pound-feet of torque. Dual discs in the front and a single rear disc paired with an anti-lock braking system provided steady and predictable stopping power. Large front forks and twin rear shocks steadied at 635 pounds, while the 27.8-inch seat offered a low, confident stance. Riders often said the $12,999 price bought not just a cruiser, but a partner built to endure decades of miles and memories. The Superglide earned its reputation by enduring mile after mile without breaking down. Many owners saw odometers surpass 200,000 miles with little more than oil changes and routine maintenance. Its torque-rich engine handled highways and town streets with ease. The minimalist design encouraged customization, becoming a favorite affordable big twin for blue-collar riders. As the countdown closes, the Superglide stands as proof that timeless design, dependable power, and American grit can create a motorcycle that endures beyond expectation. It is more than just a cruiser. It is a machine built to carry memories for generations. You've just seen the motorcycles built to outlast time itself, carrying riders farther than most ever imagined. Now it's your turn. Hit that subscribe button. Share your own high-mileage story in the comments, and join a community that values strength, endurance, and freedom on the open road.